supposed to be streaming to other channels. All right, that will sign up. Here we go. YouTube whiteboard stream is off. Thank you, K-Van. Just took care of that. All right, so real estate. Here we go. What we're doing here is we're buying dividend stocks. We're investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow using a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week strategy specifically created for my 9-year-old daughter. Back in 2008, she wanted to know what stocks were doing what, blah, blah, blah. She wanted to learn. Great. So we're investing in dividend stocks just before the EX date and doing a covered call so you'll be able to get in, get out, get that 1%. That was horrible. That was horrible. But basically, that's all we're doing. We're looking to buy dividend stocks specifically just before the EX date, get the run up into the dividend play, grab your 1%, jump on out, and then move on to the next one. That was still horrible. I did it before, easier, but that one was just clunky. Clunky, that's a good word for it. Let's keep on going. Hello, can we please look at Meta? Juan, why are we looking at Meta? So now at Yahoo Finance, that's what this is right here, Yahoo Finance. Now, Yahoo Finance, I got nothing to do with whatsoever. The numbers on here have nothing to do with me whatsoever. Let's take a look at Meta. Okay? Now, the reason I don't like Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, 2 years, 2024 and 2025. That's it. 2 years of dividends. No thanks. I want 2 decades. That's 20 years. So I won't do that because buy the same stock. Hello, layoffs. Okay, 15,000. I'm not quite sure. 15,000 layoffs. Okay, interesting. All right. Mr. Ross, funny thing, the screen is mirrored, so the graph is going down. Okay. Must have a decent amount of product to have 100 shares for covered calls. Not necessarily so. Bricker, there is a big picture horizontal stream on his channel if you want to screen. Thank you, Bricker. Ransom, MOS only pays a 40 cent, not an 80 cent. You are mistaken. Mosaic current stock price is 25.51. Okay, well, always love to be corrected. OS. Okay, so Ramson Shashi. Okay, now I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Okay, Ramsons. This number here, 25.55. That number is the last traded number for this afternoon. Now, the number that you're looking at that you're having a little bit of discrepancy about is this number right here. That's the after hours number. Okay, so yeah, this stock is still trading after hours right now as we speak. But if you don't have access to the secondary market, which I have no desire to be in that whatsoever, then this is the number that you go by. Okay? Now, you're also saying that it pays a 40 cents, not 80 cents. Okay, hold on. If I'm doing the 25, it's paying 88. If I'm doing the 26, it's paying 40. So it depends on what we're talking about, because at 25, it's paying 88 cents a share. But if we're going to do the 26s, that only pays 40 cents a share. Either one of them is still over 1%, which is what I'm looking for, over 1%. Okay? Okay, and Ramson, the number's going to keep changing, because right now it's at 25.67. Then you have it at 25.68. NVTS stock was doing well, and then they took $100 million and put away as savings. Can they do that? Yes, they can. Very interesting things. Verizon. Oh, okay. Diana just joined. Do you talk about covered calls or SoFi? 2 things I'm interested in. So, Diana, yes, I do talk about covered calls, but not on SoFi. Okay, so let me tell you why I don't do SoFi, Miss Diana. And you see this right here? This, I'll put SoFi in there for you. So here's SoFi, a second or two. There it is right there. SoFi Technologies, SoFi, $20.39. So what is it I don't like about SoFi, Miss Diana? There are no dividends in the time period selected. Okay, so what I do here is which means I have a good idea of when they're going to move, and that's a lot of work for me, and they don't share their profits. Okay, there's 10,616 companies this week. Next week, the number's going to change. So why would I do SoFi if they're not giving me enough money? Do you know what I mean? You just have a lot of SoFi. Okay, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Sean, good evening. Sean the Turtle. Nico, hey James, what show we do when it drops really low and it expires tomorrow? Okay, Nico, you got to give me a better example than that, because there's a lot of missing pieces of information in that. Ah, dividends. Okay, I just have a lot of SoFi. Yeah, but SoFi doesn't have any dividends. So, Diana, here's the funny thing about SoFi and other stocks just like it. It may be great for what it is you're looking for, but as the stock drops, okay, you're not getting any dividends. You're not getting a share of the profits. They take all the profits, put it back into the company, and what are you getting? You're getting a maybe the stock will be worth more in 5 or 10 years. That's great if you're younger, but I'm retired. So I need income from the money that I have. And SoFi just doesn't deliver. Sorry. Okay, tell me about TJX. Someone about TJX. TJX. No. Who came up with that one? User 82919172 blah blah blah. TJX 146. Okay, I don't buy at the high of the year. Okay? Here's the low, here's the high, here's where it was. Look at this, up, down, now she's going up. Okay, she's at the high of the year. Why would I want to buy TJX if it's at the high of the year? It doesn't make any sense. Because I'm not going to hope that it goes higher. It's never been there before, so no. Papa Bear, CSCO, Costco. No, wait, Cisco. Sorry, Cisco. Hell no. Another one, high of the year. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Seriously. NVTS. What the hell is that? NVTS. Navitas Semiconductors. Okay. So I'm kind of curious. Where do you see an opportunity here? 30 days ago, it's around $7. It shoots up 18. Drops back to 7, back up 3 days down. Now we're at 791. It's going down. Now, if you really like it, great. But you ain't going to catch me buying it as it's dropping. I want to find the bottom, turn around, go back up. Then maybe I'll take a look at it if it has enough dividends. I have no idea who this company even is. I have no idea what they even do. BITU, USAR. What the hell is that? USAR. Oh, U.S. Rare Earth. Never heard of this company either. But look, it looks almost the exact same as the one I just saw 2 seconds ago. It was here, it shot up, now it's down here. Why am I buying? Why are you showing something that's dropping? Very interesting. What about NVIDIA? Oh my God, don't even talk to me about NVIDIA, dude. Mohammed Bada. NVIDIA. Seriously? Did you even check the numbers for NVIDIA? Ooh, I'm going to take a look at NVIDIA. Let's look at this crap. And is a piece of my humble opinion. If you're taking a look at strictly at the numbers. So let's do this very slowly for those of you in the back, okay? NVIDIA, $186 per share. Let's take a look at the dividend. The dividend for NVIDIA, 1 penny, $186, so they can share with you their wealth of 1 penny. Okay, Jake, I just looked at SoFi 2 seconds ago. You're a little bit slow, brother. Okay, SoFi no to show is dividend stock talk. The big for weekly cash flow. SoFi doesn't have any dividends. Done. We're going after what is this piece of crap? NVIDIA. Hold on, I ain't done yet. Oh, but I ain't